It starts as a dull throb. You ignore it, but by nightfall, the pain has crawled up the side of your skull. And you can't sleep, you can't eat, you can't think. There are no painkillers, no dentist, no relief coming in the morning. It's 5,000 years ago, and the small ache in your tooth might be the thing that kills you. Today, a toothache is an annoyance. A pill, a phone call, a chair that leans back. But step back 5,000 years into a world before medicine, before metal tools, before the word dentist even existed. And a rotten tooth was one of the most feared agonies a human could face. This is what it was actually like. For most of human history, our ancestors barely got cavities. Hunter-gatherers chewed tough meat, roots and nuts, hard on the teeth, but low in sugar. Then came farming. Humans started growing grains, grinding them into porridge and bread, sticky and full of starch. Bacteria in the mouth feasted on it, producing acid that ate away at the enamel. Within a few thousand years of farming, tooth decay exploded. The very thing that let us build civilization also rotted our teeth from the inside out. So, what did they think was causing the pain? Not bacteria. They couldn't see those. They believed in the tooth worm. Across ancient Sumer, Egypt and beyond, people were certain that a tiny worm lived inside the tooth, burrowing through it, and that its writhing was the source of the pain. One of the oldest written stories in human history is a Babylonian poem about this very worm, begging the gods for a home inside a human mouth. For thousands of years, this was the explanation, and it shaped every cure they tried. At first, you'd try what everyone tried, the plants. You'd chew on willow bark. Without knowing it, you were swallowing salicin, the natural ancestor of aspirin. You'd pack the aching tooth with crushed cloves, which contain a real numbing compound that dentists still use a version of today. Garlic, herbs, resin, smoke blown into the mouth. Every culture had its recipe. Sometimes it dulled the pain enough to sleep. Often, it did nothing at all. And the worm, they believed, kept eating. But a tooth left to rot doesn't stop. The decay reaches the soft nerve in the center, and the pain becomes unbearable. A deep, pulsing fire that no herb can touch. Then the infection spreads into the gum and the jawbone, and a pocket of pus forms, an abscess. The face swells, a fever sets in. And now, this isn't about pain anymore. It's about survival. Incredibly, some humans fought back. Thousands of years before our toothache, in what is now Pakistan, ancient people were already drilling into rotten teeth, using a tiny flint tip spun by a bow drill, the same tool used to make fire. No anesthesia, just a sharpened stone spinning against the most sensitive nerve in your body, while others held you down. It sounds like torture, but it was an attempt, a real, deliberate attempt to dig out the decay and save the tooth. humanity's first dentists. And here's the part that surprises almost everyone. In one ancient jaw discovered by archaeologists, a cracked tooth had been sealed with beeswax. 6,500 years ago, someone melted wax and packed it into a damaged tooth to cover the exposed nerve. The very first dental filling in human history. They didn't understand bacteria. They didn't have metal, but they understood pain, and they were already trying to fix it. But for most people, there was only one option left. Pull it out. No clamps, no painkillers. The tooth would be loosened by hand, by stone, sometimes tied to a cord. You'd bite down on leather, and someone would pull and twist until the tooth tore free, root and all, leaving a bleeding crater in your jaw. If you were lucky, the agony ended there. If you weren't, you'd just opened a fresh wound for infection in a world with no antibiotics. Because that was the real danger. Not the pain, the spread. An untreated tooth infection could leak into the bloodstream or swell the throat until you couldn't breathe. Sepsis. Suffocation. For thousands of years, a simple cavity, the kind a dentist fixes today in 20 minutes, was a genuine cause of death. People didn't die from the tooth. They died from what the tooth let in. So the next time a toothache sends you reaching for a pill or grumbling about a dentist appointment, remember, for nearly all of human history, that same pain meant sleepless nights, crushed cloves, a spinning flint drill, or a tooth ripped out by hand. We didn't just invent comfort. We escaped an agony that haunted our ancestors for thousands of years. And that's worth not taking for granted.